3 names, all of whom would make likely candidates if Markham needed a skipper. How about you?
Well, there's this one local fisherman who keeps bragging about a big delivery.
And his name?
I was getting it. Heiser, Sam Heiser.
Heiser, Sam Heiser. He's on my list. Oh, wonderful. He hangs his shingle down at Kusakis Wharf. You all right?
Fine.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fitzgerald. You've been most helpful.
Detective Hurley, Seattle PD. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Secretary.
Or a maid. Hard to believe anybody could be such a slob.
Well, maybe he's not. There's been a fight here.
Hey, Rick.
Oh, boy.
I think you better open that.
You're closer.
You're older.
And that'll do it. Prelim indicates he was knocked out with this bottle, then stuffed in the freezer.
Cause of?
CSI boys are saying hypothermia.
Any latents?
At least 2 different sets on the freezer. We might be looking at more than one killer.
I think you're right.
Who discovered the body?
It's a little out of your jurisdiction, isn't it, Lieutenant Burnett?
Must be fine. Rick Simon.
Maybe you shouldn't have lost him.
I trusted the Simons. I still do.
A gentleman by the name of Angus Glenair called it in. Mr. Glenair stated that he had been following Simon, had reason to believe that he was on his way to visit this Skipper Heiser.
Why was this guy following Rick?
Needed him to sign some documents. Apparently, Glenair's business partner had recently gotten into bed with Simon, I believe is what he said. Really?
Yeah.
Did Vickham have a wife and kids?
Still looking into it.
We'll look faster. Simons may pay one of them a visit as well.
Yes, sir. Rick and AJ could have shown up after the fact, Lieutenant. I know these two. They're not murderers.
Right.
Now, you listen to me. My buyer's only going to be in Vancouver for 2 more days. We have to leave tonight.
Listen, Bruce, me and Ryan taking this thing across an inlet's one thing, but you're talking about open seas and uncharted reefs.
Corey's right. We need an experienced skipper.
Frail old woman, huh?
Well, Miss Dunning, we have reason to believe that you've been in contact with the Simon brothers.
And what reason is that?
Who was your dinner date last night, Miss Dunning?
Really, Lieutenant, don't you think your time could be better spent trying to locate Bruce Markham?
Who was your dinner date?
Whom I choose to dine with is really none of your business.
It is if you're aiding and abetting a fugitive.
Unless you plan to charge me with something. I think I'd like to leave now. Thank you, Lieutenant.
We'll be in touch.
Mrs. Heiser? We're terribly sorry for your loss.
Yeah, well, don't be
We know this is a difficult time for you, but we'll be brief. We recently met with your husband.
I happened to be dead at the time.
And we just wanted to ask you a few questions.
Did he owe you money?
No, ma'am, not a penny.
No.
Oh, well, then, you're the first. Sam Heiser was a scum-sucking bottom feeder. And I'd like to shake the hand of whoever it was that bashed him over the head with that bottle. I'll tell you that right now. Oh.
Did your husband happen to say anything to you about a boat that he was delivering to Canada?
He practically peed his pants over it. Not that you could tell. From dawn to dusk, he's thinking dead fish and beer. Oh, okay. Here it is. Regret to inform expired! Expired! This son of a piece of the insurance expired! Oh! That scum-sucking, bottom-feeding...
Excuse me, Mrs. Heiser? Did the bottom feeder happen to mention which dock he was leaving from?
I don't know. Eagle Harbor. Eagle Harbor.
Thank you.
My one regret is that I didn't get to see his dead face stuffed in that freezer. Oh, hello, is Mrs. Heiser here? I need to speak to my broker.
Have a nice day.
Hello, Solo.
Hey, AJ, what's the fastest way there?
Over the Narrows Bridge.
Okay.
You know what? I never realized how much I missed being a PI until now.
Yeah? Well, the truth is, my showing up here with Mom was partly because I missed the same thing. And I was thinking that maybe you and I could, I don't know, we could... Oh, hell, after all this, you couldn't pay me enough to do that job again. Hey, look at this.
What exactly am I looking at?
The signal flags.
Oh. B-O-B? Bob? Who's Bob?
That's Mom, AJ.
No, that's Bob.
It's an SOS.
It's a B-O-B.
It's Mom. She always gets her signal flags mixed up. She's sending us an SOS.
Well, why didn't you say so?
I did say so.
Hold it right there, gents. Turn around very slowly. Hands out of your pockets.
Down on the ground, face down.
No.
No?
No. You see those flags behind us?
That's our mom. She's trying to signal us.
She's on the precious cargo.
I said down on the ground.
And I said no. Lieutenant, I did not steal that boat. Haven't you figured that out yet?
Yeah, I have.
Well, you better get your... Well, then what is the problem?
The problem is you still pulled a B&E, and you still tampered with police evidence.
Yeah, and if we hadn't done it, we'd all still be thinking that the precious cargo had been blown up, too.
You also escaped during a prison transfer, at which time your brother here assaulted not one, but two police officers.
Well, I said I was sorry.